Hi, so I wanted to make a video introducing myself to my friends, my new friends on Facebook. I've actually never had Facebook, never had the need for one or was interested in any type of um, networking or utilizing social media. But in this case, what I am starting to do and wish to do throughout the days and months and years is to share uh, my personal journey with several chronic illnesses. Now, when I say chronic, I am speaking of hemochromatosis, um, I'm speaking of lymphedema, hepatitis C, cirrhosis, acute lymphocytic leukemia, breast cancer, and the list goes on and on. At 11 years of age, I was diagnosed with acute lymphocytic leukemia. I had 5 to 6 years of treatment. Back in the day, in the 80s, I was basically a poster child for an illness such as that. And I noticed that I was um, blessed after that with about 25, 28 years of excellent health. I didn't have a cold, I didn't break anything, I didn't even know what it was to go into ER, just really blessed. But in 2015 I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and that totally changed my life. I have experienced difficulties in with my organs, um, just because of the consequence of chemotherapy. When I was going through chemotherapy as a child with acute lymphocytic leukemia, I was I had a lot of bone marrow aspirations, biopsies, spinal taps, and obviously blood transfusions. They never tested. When I say they, I mean the medical community at that time did not have a means, a way. It wasn't yet known too much about hepatitis C, and therefore there was no testing, quote unquote, of blood products. So I was contaminated with hep C, luckily not AIDS, which was very prevalent in the 80s and early 90s. So, with that being said, I like to tell you a little bit about myself. I am originally from South America, Colombia, and I came to the United States when I was 3 months old. But I was very blessed to continue with my culture, my Hispanic culture, my Latino culture, because I lived 6 months out of the year in Colombia. In the other 6 months out of the year, studying here in the U.S. So I am tomorrow going into OR, and due to the medication that I had when I was very young, which is still utilized quite a bit, I found out is prednisone. And prednisone is a steroid and unfortunately can do a lot of damage to your bones. So I am going tomorrow for my fourth um, labrum tear repair and bursectomy. And from 2015 to currently, I've probably have had 11 or 12 uh, type of interventions or surgeries. The biggest being a double mastectomy. So I came across the need when I was diagnosed with hemochromatosis. I want to talk a little bit about the symptoms. My symptoms were, and I did post a little bit about it on Facebook. Uh, I was turning literally purple. I had so much iron in me that I was turning purple. So I purple on my neck, purple in my arms, purple on my knuckles, on my belly. It just went on and on and on. And I was so scared because I was literally turning purple. I went from bronzy when most people get diagnosed with hemochromatosis and their numbers are pretty high, the iron and all that. Um, we get bronzy, like a tan, like you've gone to the beach or you've just come from vacation. But my body took it a step further and I went purple. And that totally freaked me out. That diagnosis is called acanthosis necrosis, McGrickens or something like that. Anyway, um, I told my liver specialist at that time, I can't even hold a cell phone more than 5 minutes because my arms are exhausted and I'm turning purple. And that's all the symptoms I had. Plus, slowly but surely, my platelet count was going down. And that was quite a concern because obviously, having childhood leukemia, um, there's problems with your CBC, your complete blood count, your white count, your red blood count, and white cells count, and it just goes on. So, when I wanted to get more information and be better informed about hemochromatosis, I had no one to turn to. I will start uh, my journey of filming all parts of the chronic illnesses. Tomorrow it's going to be the surgery, and I welcome anybody who, with the best of intentions, want to hear me out or give me advice because you've been diagnosed more years or you're in the medical field. Please feel free to post and give me a heads up on different things. So tomorrow I go into Seattle Surgical Center and I get my hip fixed yet once more. So I'd like to thank all my new friends. Michelle from Brazil. I've lately been quite fond of Brazilian ladies, very resilient, very beautiful heart, and beautiful outside as well. So I look forward to sharing my journeys, which would be lymphedema. I also have a stent currently in my stomach because the common bile duct had shut down to the point where it was causing a ruckus also as well with the iron. Um, so yeah, yippee again, another procedure to go through. I totally trust this doctor, and I will always repeat the following. When and if I do make any suggestions, I always will say, and I have been saying, every case is different. Please talk to your doctor. I don't know if this is constitutes as a disclaimer or what I'm trying to say is that I'm by no means a doctor. I'm by no means, I did study medicine at the age of 17. I did go through LPN school and I did graduate. I just never, I got married really young, had my kids, and I just became a homemaker who traveled extensively with her husband and her children. And now I am settled, and I will be sharing all the different diagnoses that I have and always repeating, please talk to your doctor. Please, even something so small as turmeric and homeopathic medications, sometimes even milk thistle. I was told I couldn't use milk thistle because of my cirrhosis. I had no idea that I had hepatitis C, and I will get back. I will eventually talk about that. I just finished up the course of treatment Harvani. Um, if you're interested in knowing about the treatment that now is guaranteeing 99% cure for all those of hepatitis C, feel free to contact me and I'll share stories about how that went. But actually, I'm a month into culminating, finishing up my hepatitis C treatment, and that was a journey in itself because when a human being suffers with their iron count, there also is some fatigue and emotional distress. Chronic illnesses take a very big toll on our bodies. And I will be sharing about that too. I'm going to be very candid about what I've been doing and why I've been doing it, and the processes with my doctors. And yeah, so I'm excited because I've always enjoyed networking. And um, my husband is a contractor, and so therefore I love people. I love talking to the clients. I love helping. And I did this for many years. I actually went into the detention center and um, took Bible studies for 2 years to prisoners. And I also did some broadcasting in a Hispanic Christian radio station here in Seattle. And so I've always been a people person. I love to serve, I love to help. And this is what this channel is about. It is by no means a go to as far as medical advice. So if you want to call it a disclaimer, go for it. If whatever, I just believe that we should check with our doctors. Now, with that being said, before I close my time with the video, because I don't want to make it lengthy, I want to keep it to maximum 15 minutes, is that I am Christian, and so I have seen, and I do believe in miracles of people getting instantaneously healed. So I know that God can do it. God has done it for many people, for many folks that I've known. And yeah, so to all my brothers and sisters in Christ, thank you for saying that God can do a miracle and God can heal and you don't have to take medication. I am kind of on the, I don't sway too far to the right or too far to the left. I believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I believe that He heals, that He does wonderful and miraculous things in our bodies. But I also believe that He has left doctors here to treat us and to help us in our infirmities. So, with that being said, I hope that everyone has a great evening. Remember, I am in Seattle, so that means I am West Coast. And so by now, maybe a lot of people on the East Coast are getting ready to put their kids to bed and call it a night. It's been my pleasure. I have learned so much from you guys in the past week that it's incredible. So, to all those that are going through some sort of process in their body, that's what this Facebook page is about and was created for. It was created for you guys so that we could all come together, share our ideas, share our experiences, post some of our feelings, because we do need to vent the frustration of constantly going to doctors, constantly explaining your symptoms, even getting things like um, different type of opinions. I asked my GI, what do you think? Should I stay away from red meat or is it okay? And he said, "Oh no, stay away from the red meat. You shouldn't have red meat." So I went to my liver specialist. I mean, I have hepatitis C and I have cirrhosis, and so I figured, right, I should ask my liver specialist, and he said, "No, you can eat as much red meat as you want. It just depends how you feel." And so I shared a story today. I posted it that I actually ate this wonderful piece of ribeye steak, enjoyed it. It was perfectly cooked in the barbecue by my husband. And the next day, I was so fatigued, and my liver literally ached. My liver literally hurt. And I was so nauseated, I had to run to get nausea medication. So, and this is true for all meats in my case. I know that there are people that are vegans, that are vegetarians, that don't eat any type of meat. I know others that are very much consumers of pork, chicken, and beef and in high quantities. So I will repeat myself. Everyone is different. Number one. Number two, God can and does do miracles all the time. And number three, be proactive. Be proactive. Do not say yes to every pill they want to give you. Do not say yes to every procedure they want to do on you without first studying it, thinking about it, processing it in your mind, and coming to the total conclusion that that's the best option for you. Because what may be the best option for you might literally kill me. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. Again, my name is Adriana. I'm originally from Cali, Colombia, from South America. Born in Colombia, raised part-time in the US and part-time in Colombia. I do not have any siblings. My baby sister Catherine, she passed at at home. She had breast cancer, and my dad, who I call him my dad, but he's not my biological father, he died of a heart attack at 42. So I know what it is to deal with chronic illness and pretty harsh, uh, lifestyle, in the sense that it's very difficult to find your father and your sister dead at home. So a big hug and a big kiss. I'm grateful to each and every one of you. My Brazilian new friend, Michelle, I'm thinking about you. I still want to call you and reach out to you. Call me. I know you're busy with your baby, but I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know how you're doing, how you're feeling. And yep, keep your head up and smile. Things will eventually get better. Keep your head up and smile. Till next time, have a good evening, everyone. Bye.